Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And what a big 2020 season for the Saints for this third-round pick in 2017 out of Florida Atlantic. Now, he signed with the Bengals back in March, but for New Orleans last year, 13.5 sacks, which tied Aaron Donald for the NFC lead.
Throwing on second and long. Newton. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one, because now you've got a third and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, first and 10
at their own 23. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Now, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Cam's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a carry for Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. Throw right side is complete to Andrews. He's tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
They fake the give. Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This Bengal defense, they passed the first two tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Newton to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Tucker's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Tackle made by Chase Young.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
At the 19-yard line. Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they go play action now. Burrow. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Burrow going to give this to Mixon, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their...
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yo, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Burrow will throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. Breaks a tackle. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
The Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, He's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He will take this all the way. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Back to Mixon on second down. Able to power through. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. First and 10 here. Something about whittling it to a one-score psychological boost. A toss left, Mixon. Shedding through the defense. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Now it's Burrow. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with third and 1. On third and 1, Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Flushed out right. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a first down. Here's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now from way back there after the sack, it's 3rd and goal, a long 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. Fighting through pressure.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I know we're supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get him back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
On the return is Duvernay. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Now it's Newton. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DJ Reader able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Sam Cook now. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. A third quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Once again, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He gets this one to Boyd. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Calais Campbell able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
It's Mixon on the counter. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And Bengals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third and goal, Burrow. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Bengals have recovered it.
That takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Mixon trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And he is not going to get in as the big body stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane, but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now. 4th and goal. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
It's going to be a jet sweep. Newton bats it forward. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the final second